Now here's a simple and worthless space that somebody built into this deck for whatever reason, I don't know. And I've been looking at it for quite a while and thinking, now how can I make better use of this? What I'd like is a nice plant stand. And there I am. I'm walking through the lumber yard the other day and I find out you can buy pre-cut stair stringers. This is slick. I could set this right in here and I could set this one right over here. And if I just had some shelving material on it, I could make a really nifty plant stand. And you know what else? At the lumber yard, they pre-cut the lumber for me. Even with the lumber pre-cut, you'll need a couple of tools, drills in particular. Keep in mind, you can always rent this stuff. You don't have to own all these tools. Our first step is going to be to mount the back of the shelves to the stringers. Now, you could put legs on this. I'm going to actually mount it right to the wall and make this a permanent feature. And our first step is to pre-drill a couple of holes so that we can screw it together with galvanized all-weather type nails. Screws, rather. Pre-drilling the hole, make sure that it's long enough to accommodate the screw. And then simply take your galvanized screw and it'll slide right into that pre-drill hole. With the stringers attached to the board in back, it's now going to become a ledger, and we're going to attach that directly to the brick. But in order to get the hole in exactly the right spot, we need to first drill a hole through the board. And sure enough, there's a little mark in the brick where we need to assemble it. And now we need a rotary hammer. This is a tool you'll probably want to go and rent. It's made specifically for drilling in masonry and really hard surfaces. Now, there are numerous devices that you can get that help you attach a screw to a concrete or masonry wall. These plastic wall anchors work terrific. You just slip them into the hole, tap them in place, and then we can screw our screw directly into that. And of course, then we'd set our shelving on there, and we'll use screws to hold it down as well. And we've got a relatively simple solution to an odd space around our house. Let me show you another simple solution. Maybe you've got an old pole in your yard, maybe a clothesline, maybe you've put a post in the ground, maybe you've got an old dead tree that you've sawed off too high. Here's a decorative way to take care of it. In this case, we'll put a finial on top. You could just as easily put a birdhouse up here. It doesn't matter. We need something to dress it up. And the next thing we're going to do is drill some nice, neat holes through it and put in some 12-inch dowel rods so they go through this way. That's to support the vine we're going to let grow up this post. In order to drill a 3/4-inch hole through this post, I'm using a rather ancient tool. It's a brace and bit. And when you're drilling with a brace and bit, you want to be very careful not to go all the way through. The point of the screw tip should just come out the other side, and then reverse the drill and finish the hole from the other side. If you don't, the lumber will split and splinter and make a big ugly tear. This way, we'll have a nice clean hole from both sides. A nice neat hole. And the next step is to tap our dowel rod through it. Some vines, like this honeysuckle, climb by twining, but they're not able to wrap around a post of this diameter. So putting in these cross members will help support the vine. These are just a couple of ideas that with a little time and creative energy, you can use to enhance those odd spaces around your new house, and thereby enhance the great outdoors.